best 10 places to visit in Canada. 1. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is Canada's most famous natural attraction, bringing in millions of visitors each year. Located just over an hour's drive from Toronto, along the American border, these massive falls drop approximately 57 meters. 2. Banff National Park. Banff National Park lies in the heart of the majestic Rocky Mountains in the province of Alberta, and showcases some of Canada's most beautiful scenery. Turquoise-colored lakes, snow-capped peaks, and glaciers are all easily accessible in this stunning park. 3. Toronto CN Tower. On the shores of Lake Ontario in Canada's biggest city is the iconic CN Tower, one of Canada's most famous landmarks. The tower stands an impressive 553 meters high and dominates the skyline. At the top, you can find fine dining in the revolving 360 restaurant, and enjoy a meal while looking out over the city and lake. 4. Old Quebec is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Canada's historic gems. It is one of Canada's most popular historical areas and is well developed for tourism, which makes it one of the best places to visit in Canada. 5. Whistler Mountain. Just a 2-hour drive from Vancouver is the famous ski resort of Whistler Blackcomb and the year-round resort destination of Whistler. While Whistler has always been an important winter sports area, it has also developed into a popular summer destination, with golf, mountain biking, and a lively town atmosphere no matter when you visit. 6. Rue Street, Old Montreal, lined with lovely historic buildings, is a place to go for great shopping and fine dining. While Montreal itself is a vibrant modern city, Old Montreal, down by the waterfront, is where you'll want to go to soak up the atmosphere. 7. Polar Bears of Churchill, Manitoba. One of Canada's most unique attractions is the polar bear migration that sees these beautiful creatures make their way from land out onto the ice in Hudson Bay, near the town of Churchill in northern Manitoba. This small community opens itself up to tourists each fall. 8. Vancouver's Stanley Park. One of Vancouver's greatest treasures is the 405-hectare Stanley Park, conveniently located on the west side of the downtown area. Situated on a peninsula, the park is surrounded by the ocean and home to huge red cedar and Douglas fir trees. 9. Calgary Stampede. This 10-day affair is one of the most widely anticipated events in Western Canada, with many locals and summertime travelers planning their holidays around the Calgary Stampede. For this week in July, the city of Calgary turns into a true Western town, where people who might otherwise be wearing suits to work instead don jeans and cowboy boots. 10. The Canadian Museum for Human Rights in Winnipeg. Winnipeg's newest major attraction, which has drawn both national and international attention, is the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. Also unique is the concept behind the museum, which proved controversial when deciding which histories would be featured here.